It's what you prove from your mouth that we should lay hold to. Okay, so he asked me a question about the rebuilding, and I said I had nothing to say until after you've read that book. And then I left. And I came back later on that afternoon. And I could see he was being affected. I asked him how far he had gotten. And he had gotten through the 3rd chapter. Well, I already knew what was in there. And I saw a look. And the look said, he's being affected. I left. I didn't want to stay or interfere with it because something was going on between him and his Lord. I want you to hear me out very carefully. And if you close your mind, may the Lord cook you so that your mind opens up. Because you be sleeping on some important stuff here. Okay? I came back the next morning around 11 something. He was between the 2 beds with the book out, stretched out, tears running down his eyes. I got out of there. I had nothing to do with it. I wasn't the one working on it. You say, but you wrote the book. Hear me out. I know what I'm talking about. Listen very carefully. When I came back the next day, he had finished it, except for the last little section, because that wasn't really another step. And he had his tie on. He was shaved and whatnot, and he was crying. And I'm telling you now what I saw. You was not there. God was there. His apostle was there. And I was there. I was witnessing the resurrection of the dead. That's what I was looking at. I was aware of the magnitude of what was going down up to a certain point, up to my capacity for sight at that time. He squeezed me so hard he hurt my rib on my right side. And he had a very pained expression on his face. And he stood back and he held one of my hands. He said, gee, that's the word he used. And with a pained expression, his head turned slightly to the side. I've been a hypocrite. 3 days before, he was talking about rebuilding the work of a man who now he was saying with pain. He was the hypocrite too. I want you to weigh this. And then he asked me to join him in prayer. And he said this would be his first prayer in 3 years to Master Farad Muhammad. Not Allah spook, but Allah man. Not Allah who can't answer, but Allah who can answer. The Allah in the Quran who says, chapter 40, verse 60, pray to me, I will answer you. There's more to that. There's what also led up to that. I want to touch a piece of it. Just a piece of it right now. That which he read came in answer to his yearning for a way to help uplift our people.